Good Friday morning. How are you? Welcome into the Real Monica Adams Show. So thrilled to have you along with us. I'm your host, Monica Adams, and I love waking up with each and every one of you and starting your day with, I feel, really kicks it off the best way. Positivity, right? A little hope, a little inspiration, get you educated, get you laughing, maybe sometimes crying together, but we come out of adversity and we do it together as a community. In fact, we've been doing it together for the last, 2+ years. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for not only watching, but doing what we ask for you to do on a regular basis, which is to share and like and follow our live stream. And today is a big day to do so, by the way. It is the first of the next several months where we're going to give away a 1 year membership to Crunch Fitness. So if you've been wanting to get your body in order, right? We always talk about the triangle of life theory, mentally, physically, spiritually, getting you on the right path. Well, today's the day that you say, I'm going to level up. And the place that I'm going to have you level up is with Crunch Fitness. They are one of a handful of our sponsors, and they just joined us within the last couple of weeks. And today you're going to see the fitness side of our day, where Jim and I are going to work out together in a couples workout at Crunch Fitness. So they've got two locations in our St. Louis area. The first opened in Florissant. Let me know if you've been there, or if you've been going to the Manchester location where I've been training. That's right there at Manchester and 141. So I highly encourage you to get with your partner, whoever that may be. And if you're not involved with someone, then get a girlfriend or get a guy friend, get your kids involved at a very early age, by the way, and you could win a membership. And in fact, once you go there and you get yours for free, you might end up saying, hey, I want you to come along. I want you to come along. Come on, kids, everybody. I'm in love with this place, and I've been in the fitness industry since I've been working out since I was 15 years old, but I became a personal trainer in 1999. And this is one of the most amazing gyms I've ever been in. I've never seen a team so dedicated. Dan Hatfield is the managing partner over there. So kudos to you. You have really formed an incredible team. So I cannot wait, folks, because we're going to be giving an opportunity for you to win that. And we'll let you know. Jenny will be dropping all the information in moderation when I talk about that a little bit later. We'll also be putting it on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and I put it last night. So if you go there right now, you can do what you need to do in order to win. And we'll make the announcement coming up on Monday. But there's a lot for you to do from now to Monday in order to possibly win that. If you don't win this month, I'm going to be doing some other giveaways from now through the end of the year. All right. So good morning to all of you as you're signing on. I'll shout out to you, Linda, Jenny, happy Friday, Sean, Julie Purcell, Stephanie Newbill, Julie Fabian, Sean Fitzgerald, going to open one in St. Peter's. I know, Sean, that one's coming up in July for you, and then more to come. I mean, really, they are taking over St. Louis. And I know some of the other gyms that have been around for a while, they're either going to level up the way they should have leveled up in the first place, or they're going to lose people, because this place is just truly amazing. I cannot believe how inexpensive it is, first of all, to join Crunch, and all that you get, all the amenities that you get. That's the thing that really is shocking to me. So on today's show, we'll be showing you a couples workout. We are also going to feature this beauty, Chef Liz Schuster, and she is with Tenacious Eats. She is our featured chef today on our Foodie Friday. And if you've never been to a Tenacious Eats event, you've been missing out. That, however, is the other surprise. We have another giveaway for you coming up during our Foodie Friday segment, where I'm going to send two of you, so you and a guest, off to June 20th to the Troop Beverly Hills Tenacious Eats event. So I hope you're available to go. If not, maybe you gift it to somebody, and what a gift that would be. So Chef Liz Schuster will be on with us coming up in just a bit. You know, we've been busy this week, haven't had a chance to give you a lot of news you can use. So we're going to start with that. Then we're going to get into our Foodie Friday. And then we're going to work off what we eat, even though today is actually a little bit healthier, or actually very healthy. We'll then get into our fitness routine, and then we'll wrap up with a devotional. So we got a big show on tap for you today. Let's start things off. We didn't get a chance to talk about this yesterday. There's an investigation underway. And if you're outside of our area, just stay tuned, because we've got a big show on tap for you. Just listen to this. It's in St. Louis County. 19 dogs were euthanized amid parvovirus outbreak. The county health director said one man made the decision to euthanize the dogs without even consulting her. Again, 19 dogs infected with parvovirus, euthanized. The head of the St. Louis County Department initially said in a press conference yesterday that it was a collective decision. But yesterday we learned that the decision was made by one person, and the department head didn't even know about it until afterwards. So you know that there's going to be a continuing investigation into this. And as I always tell you, of course, as we get more information, I will pass that along to you. An alligator was spotted on a golf course with a soccer ball stuck in its mouth. Can you imagine seeing this? This was actually in North Carolina. Spotted on the golf course over the weekend, the Sunset Beach Police Department posted photos of the alligator on social media. Several law enforcement officials responded quickly. They were prepared to help the alligator with the safe intervention. And according to the police department in Sunset Beach, North Carolina, the gator rolled into the water, was able to dislodge the ball on its own before any action was needed. They said it swam away unharmed, though we can't say the same for the soccer ball, which sustained fatal injuries. I mean, once everything's okay, you got to find humor in it all. But I'm glad that they were trying to take care of that. How in the heck? This is the thing. Stop throwing things. Well, maybe it rolled in. Okay, I'll take that back. Maybe it rolled in accidentally. Some kids were playing. It got in there. But that's the thing. You got to be careful because animals will want to get their hands on anything. All right, some neighbors are questioning this one. Is this going to sell for $35 million? I don't know about this. This is in Utah. In a quiet town, there's a mansion that recently went up for sale. And the sprawling estate has everything from a Star Wars themed theater that seats 65 to a replica of Disneyland's Tiki Room and a 20-car garage. The original listing price was a whopping $35 million. And neighbors are like, this isn't going to sell. Some neighbors not so sure. They said, we saw it being built and it's such a big, beautiful home. It's on such a big piece of land. They watched the neighbors build the mansion back in 2019. It was a big deal that it was in their little town, they said, but they said, holy cow, a $35 million price tag is pretty big for our little town. Pictures that we're showing you have surfaced online all over. People are sharing this by Summit Sotheby International. They also show the Swiss Family Robinson themed bedroom and a whole lot more. 40,000 square foot home. It's underground tunnel connecting to an unfinished 20,000 square foot pool barn and a 20-car garage. The underground raceway, though, was not pictured in the listing. I'd love to see that. The listing price, though, has since dropped to $19.5 million, goes up for auction now next month. Potential buyers, if you're interested, you have to make a refundable $100,000 deposit. Now, the next time we have Dot on for our Friendship Friday and our real estate news, I'm going to tell her, hey, can you think you can sell that one? Get into Utah. She'll be on with us, by the way, next Friday. Okay, census data showing population growth for parts of St. Charles County, but a decline for parts of St. Louis County. The U.S. Census Bureau released their 2024 city population estimates. And here's the breakdown. Data showing St. Louis City led the state in decline. Chesterfield, Maryland Heights, and Baldwin also being within the top cities in the state, losing residents. I remember one time Baldwin was way up there with places to live. Now, although the population loss from 2020 for Chesterfield is just over 500, they're skeptical of the census data. On the other hand, Kansas City leads Missouri in population growth, while fast-growing St. Charles cities like O'Fallon, St. Peters, and Wentzville rank among the top 10 cities for population gains. Way to go, guys. O'Fallon has and continues to be a hotspot for development in the metro, gaining nearly 4,000 new residents since 2020. You know, we used to be able to say that you could get property in those areas and you could get a lot more for your dollar. But as these numbers continue to go up, might not be the case for so much longer. All right, we're going to give you the National Day of Calendar. What's on tap today? National Creativity Day. Oh, I like that. Loomis Day. The heck is that? National Mint Julep Day. National Hole in My Bucket Day. Okay. And then we've got one more that made it in. a little straggler here. National Water a Flower Day. You know what? I want to do just that. I've been saying I just want to get out and start planting. It's going to be a hot one, though. We didn't get a chance to give you the forecast, so we'll give you that coming up in just a second. We have Beckett. We're going to actually get a forecast from. He's not in St. Louis. We'll let you know where he is in just a second. All right, car fanatics, this one's for you. There is a recall. Listen closely here. It's Ford. More than 1 million recalled vehicles for a software glitch that makes the rear view camera unreliable. The software error, which Ford reported to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration earlier this month, may cause the rear view camera image to delay, to freeze, or not even display when the vehicle is in reverse. The problem will be fixed by a dealer or via an over-the-air update at a later date. So here's the following Ford vehicles, a total of over 1 million included. So do you have a 21 through 24 Bronco, a 21 through 24 Edge, 23, 24 Escape, 21 through 24 F-150, 23, 24 F-250, 350, 450, 550, or 600. These are all on the list, folks. 22 to 24 Expedition, a 22 through 25 Transit, 21 through 23 Ford Mach-E, a 24 Ranger, a 24 Mustang, 21 through 23 Lincoln Nautilus, 22 through 24 Navigator, or a 23-24 Corsair. It's a long list. Owners can contact Ford customer service for the recall. You can also call the NHTSA's Vehicle Safety Hotline. There's a lot on that list, and again, could be very dangerous. So just trying to take care of you. All right, St. Louis City SC, they did in fact fire their head coach after 15 games. We have been telling you that that was a possibility. Well, it did in fact happen. That announcement was made earlier this week. We didn't get a chance to tell you about that, but without having any games won, you figured it was going to happen. For the 25-26 season, St. Louis City SC has only won 2 games and is 14th in the Western Conference. They had fired their head coach, Olaf Melberg, and that happened on the 27th. They made the announcement. So now the City SC2 coach is the interim. The team is in action, and wouldn't it be great to finally pull out a win? I mean, I'm sure the head coach that just got fired would be like, what the heck, was it really me? They are on tap against San Jose, in San Jose, by the way. That one will be at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. The Cardinals are in action, and they'll be playing against the Rangers today, 7:05 in Texas, and then the same 2 teams tomorrow at 3:05. Cardinals haven't had that bad of a season, again, ever since they were told that they were in a quote unquote reset season. Yeah, whatever. All right. And then the final one before we get to weather, Missouri counties are warning residents of property fraud. So be careful with this. Officials with St. Charles, St. Louis, Lincoln, and Franklin counties came together yesterday to warn of property fraud scams. And the recorder of deeds for each of the 4 counties is urging the public to sign up for a free property fraud alert program that will notify you if your name shows up. I mean, this is simple to do. If your name shows up on this, on any documents someone's submitting to their office, fraud. Here's how you can sign up for the alerts. St. Louis County, St. Charles County, Franklin County, and Lincoln County all have separate links. If you receive an alert, you're encouraged to contact your recorder of deeds before you take further action. Well, I sent the article with each one of those links to Jenny, and she is posting that for you in the moderation. So we always ask you to pay attention because we put a lot of work into getting you ready for the news you can use, as well as moderating so that you don't have to go and seek this out. Jenny's doing that for you. All right. So I made you hang on for this one. How's the weekend going to look? Well, let's check in with our aspiring meteorologist in Niagara Falls.
Good evening from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a beautiful one. I'm here at the largest waterfall in North America, Horseshoe Falls in Canada, right behind me. Just incredible. Hey everyone, here's your forecast looking at this weekend and then heading into next week. So it's been pretty cloudy overall in St. Louis this week, but that's going to turn around today, looking at mostly sunny skies with high around 80. Tomorrow for your Saturday, 85, mostly sunny. Sunday, 86, mostly sunny. So a very nice weekend. Then starting out the work week on Monday, 88, mostly sunny. Could hit 90 degrees on Tuesday or Wednesday with highs around 90 there in St. Louis for the first time this spring. So we're really getting into summer now, but we do have those rain chances happening Wednesday and Thursday. Have a great weekend and upcoming week.
Isn't he the best? Folks, he is in Niagara Falls. He's on a vacation for the next couple of weeks with his family after just getting out of his freshman year of high school. And he is still there for you. That's dedication for a 15-year-old, period, a 15-year-old boy. Don't you love him? Everybody, can you just give a shout out to Beckett Moore and be sure to follow him on X and on YouTube. He sent me a message yesterday. I'm telling you, he's an old soul. He is going to do so great in this world. He's like, Monica, is it okay if I send you a video for our viewers? I was like, yes, because of the time difference. And I was like, Beckett, you could literally take a vacation, but no, he is so amazing. I know, Diane, he is the very best. And good morning to you, by the way. Let's go back to people I missed after you first signed on. Good morning, Diane. Jenny, of course, good morning to you. Judy Keene. Wow, people are insane. Jeannie Stack, good morning. Jeannie, are you coming with us to the big day tomorrow? Let me go ahead and talk about it since I'm asking you. Tomorrow is the day we've been waiting for to honor the legend. Your vibe attracts your tribe. It's tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. to honor Brian McKenna. Macklin from Devonshire to Nottingham will be closed down, and there is a major celebration. In fact, look at him. Yep, McKenna Day, just as he would want. A philanthropic South City shindig. Live music, food, drinks. Come out, celebrate the vibe. Again, a portion of the proceeds from food and drinks donated to Brian's favorite causes. And we want to thank all of those that are a part of this. JJ Twigs is part of it, Pueblo Solis, the Mac, Biggies, Cybergs. There's going to be food trucks there. Hard to imagine that someone didn't know Brian, but if you didn't, come on out and you will feel the vibe that he put out to the world and his tribe. If you can't make it, but you still want to donate, you can scan that QR code that's right there on the screen and help out. A lot of the proceeds will go to children's charities for those children who have cancer. I cannot wait for this one. So we will be there for that. I know Jeannie wanted to go, so let us know if you're still coming because we would love for you to hang with us. Judy said, go STL soccer. I love that. And we'll definitely use the link for the alert. Thank you. Again, putting all that work together. Again, if you didn't see, Jenny posted the link for you. Stephanie, it's Edmonton in Florida for the Stanley Cup. Oh, thank you for following along. Ever since the Blues got out of it, I haven't been watching. My husband's been watching regularly. So Edmonton in Florida, huh? Most of the other players are hitting the golf course. Brian's Day does look great, Judy. We're going to have a great time. Diane said Beckett's the very best. Beckett, you are terrific. Judy says, thanks, Beckett. Have a nice vacation. Jeannie Stack, thank you. Okay, reach out to me. Come on over. That's awesome, Glenn Thompson said. So, folks, again, it's going to be a big day tomorrow. We also have a heck of a lot on tap for you coming up in the next 2 months. And a big thing we want to tell you about is the Mobile Monicas that I want you to come out. There's a huge community that we have formed here, and we'd love for everybody to meet each other and go, oh my gosh, you're Joe, you're Glenn, you're Jeannie, etc. Joe, by the way, says Brian McKenna Day is taking place in my wife's neighborhood, Macklin in Devonshire. She says she would like to go and visit her old neighborhood. And good morning, Joe. I hope you all come out and do me a favor. We will be there. It'll be myself, my husband, I think his son and girlfriend are coming with us. Maybe my sister-in-law. Jeannie's going to be there. Michelle will be there. I'm not sure who else of our friends that are coming along, but please, if you see us, come up and say hi. I know people will see me out or see Jim out, and then they'll write me an email or a direct message later and say, I saw you. And I was like, come up. You're never bothering. Please know that I want to give you a hug. I want to thank you for being a part of the community. Okay, we've got a lot of big things coming up for you besides Brian McKenna Day. We'll be telling you all about those during today's show. Don't go anywhere. We're going to kick off Foodie Friday. We've got a giveaway with that, and our couples workout for our Fitness Friday, and a big announcement where one of you this month, and then we go right into June where we're going to do it again, and all the way through the end of December, opportunities for you to win a 1-year membership right here. right, it's going to be awesome. Folks, here you go. A 1-year gym membership. So there are a handful of things that you have to do in order to win. And we're going to do this month by month by month, all the way through the end of December. Our couples workout, by the way, is coming up right after we do our Foodie Friday. It's going to be a great segment. You do not want to miss. Don't miss one part of it, because there is a giveaway involved with our Foodie Friday. Let's see. Tammy says, good morning. Didn't the same two teams play for the cup last year? Yes, Julie. Any friend of Brian's is a friend of mine. Judy, come on by. I can't wait to give you a hug. Can't wait for tomorrow. I will definitely take a hug. Pat, I'm hoping to give out tons of hugs. My mom says you need at least 10 a day. Hey, Mary Skaggs, how are you? I miss you. We got to get back working out together. Good morning to you. So, any of you that want to come on by and give me a hug, I will have hugs galore. Give me hugs. I'm a big, big hugger, by the way. So I would love to see each and every one of you. Okay, let me give you a rundown. There's a handful of things that you have to do in order to win. And we're going to make the announcement of the first winner coming up on Monday. But you have a handful of things that you have to do in order to be the winner. Here's what we need you to do. Follow me on this page that you're watching right now, whether you're watching on Facebook or maybe you're watching on Instagram. If you're watching on a different platform, we'll do other platform giveaways coming up in the coming months. But for right now, this giveaway is on Facebook and Instagram. So you got to follow me, our page. Make sure you like and follow. And then, as a matter of fact, it will help you if you tell your family and friends to do the same thing. We always ask you to do just that. Share, like, and follow. You cannot do any more than that. So follow us and Crunch Fitness. You got to do both. So follow Crunch, follow us, like the post that I put out last night. Like that post, share the post, and then tag a couple of friends who love fitness for a little motivation. And then we will make the announcement coming up on Monday. So keep an eye to my social media pages and you'll get all the information that you need. Okay, folks? All right, it's time for our Foodie Friday. You're going to love this food. Well, good morning and welcome into another Foodie Friday. I am with a longtime friend of mine. I don't even know how many years we've known each other, from back in my TV days. Chef Liz Schuster. If you've never seen this woman, she's a rock star in her industry. It's so good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Monica. And don't tell people how long we've known each other. Don't
we
say
were
that out
in
loud.
kindergarten.
Yeah. No. Let's be realistic. High school.
Okay, high school.
Yeah.
So we can actually start with that. So, by the way, Chef Liz is with Tenacious Eats. When did you know you wanted to become a chef?
I didn't know till I was almost done with college.
Really?
With my undergrad. It was always a way to pay the bills.
Yeah.
But I felt lost when I was in a normal office setting, or having to be a office standard or a corporate standard.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I miss the camaraderie. I miss the adrenaline rush and the I don't know, the flow of a kitchen. It's an addiction.
It's a good addiction, right?
Yeah.
We like to come and have her addiction. We today are in the beautiful showroom of Slyman Brothers Appliances. This is the South County location. They have the one off Manchester in Baldwin, and then this one in South County off of Lindbergh. If you are looking for appliances for your home, this is the place to come. 60 years they've been in St. Louis.
I remember, okay, I'm not that old, right? Because we were in high school, but I remember watching the Slyman Brothers commercials when I was a kid.
Right. What was your favorite?
I don't know. I just loved the introductions, and I loved how sweet and honest they were. Yeah. It felt like I knew them. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's what we all talk about. The family was amazing, authentic and real and honest. And that's what they've been for 60 years. So we're going to actually talk today. She's the pro on this as we squeeze some lemons. I'm going to see if there's anything she wants me to do. Otherwise, I'm going to be hands off as she teaches. You're going to make me be hands off.
Please squeeze lemons.
Where's gloves?
Well, I have gloves right there. Well, this is lemon. Your hands will smell lovely, and it's an astringent. This is a little trick.
Oh, we're getting kitchen hacks.
Kitchen hack. If you don't have a little juicer.
Yes.
I do this all the time. In fact, I feel like a juicer doesn't get
I agree.
to all the edges of the lemon.
So just some little tongs?
Yeah. Just use tongs in the center. But I always roll my lemons first.
Okay.
To really mush up the pulp a bit and get it. It's easier to juice that way.
All right. Did not know that. And a little pulp inside is good.
Yeah, and a little, I got a pip there. I think for a
No
marinade,
seeds.
no one's going to get mad at a pip, but
So what are we making today, by the way?
okay, so this is one of my favorite things to grill. This is grilling season, I think,
Yes, it is.
officially.
Yes.
I love grilled greens. I love grilled kale. I love grilled romaine. I love grilled radicchio.
Oh, yes.
And we're going to serve a little bit of romaine lettuce heart with ahi tuna
Yum.
that's been dill and lemon cured.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So for people who have never grilled anything more than beef, fish, turkey, things like that, is there anything green-wise you wouldn't put on the grill?
Not really, just make sure to protect the greens a little bit. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So I've got a really hot grill here.
Yeah. So by the way, she's going to teach us, because she's the pro on this, about the difference between using an induction stove, which a lot of people are just going to maybe be learning about, to gas, to electric. And I'm going to take your pros and cons of all of those.
Okay, so I've used all of them. Obviously, a grill, the source of heat is from underneath, right? Unless you open a vent, and then that becomes convection heating.
Okay.
Because you've got air passage that goes around. So if you have a convection oven at home and you're like, what's the difference? So it depends on the oven, but maybe between 30 and 50 degree temperature difference.
Really? Okay.
So if you see, let's say a recipe that says, okay, you're going to use, put your food at 350. If you use a convection heating, that air, there's a fan in the back of the oven. If you have one of those, it's rotating the air around what you're putting in the oven.
Okay.
So that's kind of the same as a grill too. If you're grilling and you leave your bottom vent open, you've got the top vent open, you're going to be doing a little bit of convection cooking.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to I did a little bit of sesame oil.
Okay.
A little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm just going to let it go.
How long?
Until you see the ridges start to brown. I like mine pretty crisp.
Yes.
Even when I do kale, I go really dark.
Okay.
Because I love that like crunchy, yummy kale flavor. But it's up to you. Some people like if I leave it on just for a couple seconds, you can see it starting to wilt a little bit. But what we want is caramelization.
Caramelization. Okay. Again, we're going to do a little grilling. We've got some fresh ahi tuna. And if you've never been, by the way, as we're cooking and as she teaches us what she has in this recipe, you've got to go to see her at one of her amazing events. Right now, there's a spooky one coming up on Friday the 13th. Tenacious Eats. I want you to go to their website. There's a beautiful headshot of you, by the way.
Oh my
Who
gosh.
did your headshots?
My daughter, Josephine, did. She's brilliant. I love JoJo.
We're going to talk about your daughter and your son, by the way, as well in just a little bit. Again, if you're just tuning in, it is Foodie Friday with Chef Liz Schuster with Tenacious Eats. She already taught us one little kitchen hack here. As we grill, as we also do the induction. Oops. So it's already hot. But here's the deal about the induction stove. If I take this off, I'm not going to put my hand on there, but from families who have little kids, is this where you would lead them a little bit more towards induction?
I would, because really once you remove, this is called a ferromagnetic plate on the bottom of that pan. And what that does is it repels the magnetism in the induction burner. It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
It's not going to be like an open flame or an electric top. An electric top is going to stay hot for a long time.
Yes.
And of course with gas, it's going to stay warm. And then with induction, if you look here, Monica, it's not activated yet unless you have that anti-magnetic conductor going on. And a lot of people think you have to have specialty pans for induction. Yes and no. You want a semiconductor, so you want something with the stainless steel plate on the bottom. Most brands will tell you if you go to their website, it'll say whether or not it can be used on induction burners.
Okay.
But cast iron, real cast iron can be used on induction.
And the thing is, if you haven't been, and again, we're at the Slyman Brothers Appliances location in South County on Lindbergh, and we've been playing around with the induction for the last probably month or so. I like it. It's different. Now, growing up, I always enjoyed a regular gas. I don't know. It's just the look of it. But you just talked about electric. Electric always freaks me out. You want to know why? I always think it's still on. I always see the lights on. I'm like, did somebody turn it off or not?
Well, it's showing that it's still hot.
Yeah.
But I'm a chef.
So what is your preference?
My
If you had to go
preference
number one.
is gas.
Yes.
And I'll be completely honest. Recently, we had our power out
Yes.
for multiple days after the tornado.
Yeah, she was affected personally.
Tornado came down our street, and we were out of power for 6 days. If
All
it
that
weren't
food.
But if it weren't for gas, we were still able to cook. We still had hot water, so I could still take a hot shower. And believe me, as a chef, I need hot showers. No one wants to smell this after a crazy busy day. So that's the pro. With small children in the house, I think induction is really brilliant.
Okay.
And also, it's like, you think about emissions with gas, there's some issues with what's going on.
You're saying
what you're
induction,
breathing.
if people are wanting to go green, this is the place.
And you don't need a hood.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of do with like something smoking in the kitchen. You won't have a way to get rid of, like if I put fish in the pan or something.
Right.
But with gas, you have to have a hood system.
Yes, absolutely.
To remove everything.
Obviously, they all have their pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
Well, that's why. So I want you to come in to Slyman and say, okay, I want to play around. My husband and I are in that boat right now. We have a little cracked edge of our electric stovetop, and it's time to get a new one. It's now just kind of playing around and seeing what do we want the most. Once again, if you're just tuning in, Chef Liz Schuster, Tenacious Eats. You've been around for how long now?
Do I have to tell you?
Yes.
Tenacious Eats actually this year is celebrating our 13th anniversary.
Yeah, well, I was trying to figure out when Liz and I first met. It was definitely at Fox 2, and we had so many fun segments over there. One of these days, you got to teach me. We're not going to have it today, but you got to teach me. I want to learn so many knife skills.
Oh, I think everybody should learn knife skills.
I want to do
especially
a class
at home.
knife skills.
Well, knife skills isn't just about, hey, I can chop up some stuff, but it's really about utilizing your food and really stretching your food dollar, because if you know how to cut something properly,
you don't waste.
You don't waste.
My mom constantly, Liz, is like, wait a minute, where are you going with that? There's so much more of that vegetable. Get that back in here.
Why? What are you doing?
Why are you throwing the food away?
Why are you throwing the food away?
So let's go once again. So this is lemon juice, and then we've got dill. Did you put anything else in there I missed? Oh yeah, sesame oil.
Sesame oil is going to go in next. I don't go too heavy on the sesame. I just do a little bit.
Okay.
And then see how it's so beautiful. I love lemon juice and dill. Look at that. That looks like art.
It is art. She's so artistic. It is actually. Pretty? We could put that up on the wall.
And then this is my favorite ingredient. I love fresh ginger.
Ginger.
So there's another thing about ginger.
Yes.
If you want kind of a sweeter flavor profile with your ginger, you can actually put this over a burner if you have gas, or on the grill, and caramelize the ginger before you use it in your dish.
Oh, look at you.
A lot of people think, oh, I just have to use raw ginger the way it is.
Right.
No. You can caramelize it. You can roast it. Oh.
Roasted ginger.
Roasted ginger. But what I'm going to do is, after I peel it, this is our cure. It's not a marinade. It's a cure. Because we're actually going to cook our salmon a little bit before we give it a good sear.
So what does cure mean?
Cure is you're actually chemically cooking with acid or salt.
Okay, we learned that when we were in Texas, actually. Yeah. Zach just was like, wait a minute. Yes, because they were actually we were making ceviche, right?
I was about to say that you're making ceviche.
Yes.
And if you do a cure with fish, especially tuna, you can't go longer than 2 hours in the cure, because then you're going to toughen up the muscle strands, and it's going to be not good. It's going to be pretty hard and tough.
Oh, we're sizzling. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Once again, Chef Liz Schuster, Tenacious Eats. We're going to talk about adult summer camp. We're going to talk about Friday the 13th. You know, you love the movie, right? Kevin Bacon. Oh,
Bacon! Bacon!
Exactly. Sorry. Right there. No, don't be sorry. So we're going to talk about Friday the 13th, also Troop Beverly Hills. And then we talked about her son. We were going to bring into the picture as well some things that the chef wouldn't have approved of eating.
Oh, gosh, no. Yeah. I still can't believe it.
Don't go anywhere. We will have more from the Slyman Brothers Appliances location in South County on Lindbergh when we return.
Carroll House Furniture Homes look the best because of our free design service. Our designers please your taste.
Let's reimagine your room with 50 brand name choices.
We'll create a 3D design with a 360 view for your room.
Free design services are just the beginning. Free 0% financing, fast free delivery and setup, and the guaranteed lowest prices in the country with no stipulations.
You'll get a perfect custom floor plan for your new dream room.
Carroll House Design, because you like nice things.
And welcome back once again. Thanks for tuning in to the Real Monica Adams Show. It's our Foodie Friday. I love bringing in friends of mine from over the last 30 years. Tons of chefs and restaurant owners you're going to see on this show. And this is one of my favorites because it's probably one of the most creative chefs I've ever seen. And if you've never been to a Tenacious Eats event, you are missing out. Actually, we're going to give away 2 tickets.
Are you excited about this?
I'm excited. I'm excited for one of you that have never experienced this. What was your first, by the way? Do you remember 13 years ago? Which one?
Yes. Actually, our first one we did at the Scottish Arms, and we weren't really calling ourselves Tenacious Eats yet. Allie, the owner, hey, Allie, love you. I had this crazy idea. I'm like, I want to cook along with a movie, and I want to eat what I see in the film. He's like, okay, whatever you want to do. We did a film called Short Order. It's a European film. It's total food porn. It is amazing to watch. And we set our pans on fire adjacent to the screen, and we heard our guests go, oh. And then I watched grown men in nice suits, pick up their plates and lick it in the dark. And I don't think it was like us just being brilliant. I think it was the visceral experience.
Yes. That interactive being there aspect. The first one I ever went to was Dirty Dancing.
What?
Yes.
Oh, that was, and you know what? I had a hard time with that menu.
Why?
Well, if you watch the film, there's really not a whole lot of good food in it.
Just a watermelon.
I carried a watermelon. We did a course for that.
Yes.
In fact, I think it was a watermelon ceviche.
Yes.
We did, there was just pot roast in it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this is boring. So I started to listen to the soundtrack. And the soundtrack is wonderful and sexy and awesome. And I was like, oh, there's my menu. It's in the soundtrack. I was going to ask you where you get your influences come from all over the place.
Well, we also went, I think the first one that I took my husband to was Chocolat. That one was incredible.
Oh, that was so much fun.
You had a kissing area with chocolate.
Yes, you're going to share all my secrets, Monica. You're going to get me in trouble. Yeah, I mean, of course, we wanted, I don't want to give away too many secrets before a show, right? I want people to go, what is going to happen here?
Yes, because it's the intrigue of the unknown.
That's what I love.
Yes.
I love people to at first go, where are we? Yep. What is going to happen? This looks like electric mayhem, like there's some weird group in the bottom of a weird church, or what is going to, I love.
What's going to pop out at me?
What's going to pop out at me?
Yes, we don't want to give all the secrets away, but speaking of where am I, we went back 13 years. You talked about Scottish Arms. Yes. You're now with Work and Leisure?
I am now with Work and Leisure, and they're located at 3015 Locust, if you know where the fountain is. Mm-hmm. We're in the art district. Yes. We're by the Sheldon. We're by, the St. Louis Symphony. We're by the Fox Theater. So we fit very well into what's going on.
Because you mentioned earlier, and again, if you're just tuning in, you missed the aspect of when we were making the marinated. She was like, oh, doesn't that look like art?
Yeah.
What you are an artist in the kitchen.
I think all chefs are.
Yes.
And everybody has a different perspective, different food experiences, who they cooked with, where they cooked, who they learned from. And then you have to spend years learning your craft, honing your craft, just like sharpening a knife. Mm-hmm. You really have to work on that before the artistry comes into play.
And I love, by the way, speaking of the knives, she came in, she walked in, she was taking care of her tools, right? The tools that we use. So if you did not hear at the beginning of the show, we grilled a little romaine and caramelized it. And then we've got our ahi tuna, fresh.
Very fresh.
Very fresh. We've got some ginger, we've got some dill, we've got some lemon juice, we have some sesame oil.
Very simple. Ginger. Very simple, right?
And what's here?
Now this is a little bit of heavy cream.
Okay.
Okay, and all I'm going to do, this is
miso?
This is white shiro miso.
Okay.
And the reason why I like to use white shiro, I'm very guilty of having favorite ingredients. This is one of them.
Why?
Well, okay, it's umami. And I've snuck it into chicken noodle soup. I've used it in bases for marinades. I've used it even in an ice cream.
Miso ice cream.
Yeah, miso ice cream. It's an umami flavor.
Okay.
And white shiro miso is the only form of miso that doesn't have MSG.
Oh.
So if you're very conscious about that, I think this is the way to go. But a lot of people can't put their
monosodium
sodium
glutamate. Is that
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So a lot of people, they used to go to have their Asian food and they would say no MSG, no MSG.
But MSG is a natural ingredient, just like salt is.
Yeah.
But if it's used too much, then it can cause a
No
reaction.
overuse of it. Okay.
So I'm making a white shiro miso cream.
Okay.
And this is going to go with our tuna just to finish. It's really light. I'm adding a little bit of sea salt.
I love the fact, and you mentioned this a few minutes ago, that they're simple ingredients, right?
Yes.
So is that the problem, that when people start to introduce themselves to cooking, they try to take on a recipe that's way too much for them? It's like to start out and just for confidence building.
Well, okay. So any recipe, think about it like a blueprint. So I want to build a shed. I'm going to go buy the blueprints or go to an architect. Ooh, it's
mad at me.
It's like, I'm hot. You didn't put anything in there. Gas doesn't beep at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's reminding us. That's a good reminder.
It's reminding us. But see, I didn't even have to whip that much.
No.
Look at how pretty that is.
Yeah.
So this is going to go with our tuna. So all these things can be done in preparation while you're curing your tuna.
Okay.
While you're waiting for that to absorb all the flavor.
How long does it need to cure?
I do it no longer than 2 hours. For me, I'll bring it right up to the edge.
Okay.
Almost 2 hours. So we're going to pretend like we've been doing this for 2 hours.
It's the magic of TV.
Ta-da! So the other thing I'd like to add, so we can either grill it.
Yep.
Or we could do it in the pan.
Okay.
It's up to you. I'm going to have you choose. What would you like to do?
Well, we talked about doing both, right? So
let's do both.
we put our romaine over there, so we'll do this. This thing errored out on me though. Maybe we come over here. Uh-oh, it's mad at me. See, we had it on there too long.
So I always say, well, make it Gen X proof. You got to do it something that's tactile. So the other trick is if you're using, I don't use a whole lot of nonstick pans really, unless I use a French pan most of the time when I'm making an omelet. The trick is to really just get that pan hot.
Okay.
And get your oil hot.
It is.
Whoops, I just put pepper in with my salt.
It's hot.
So, okay, if it's hot, we're going to start adding some oil to sear with.
Okay.
Don't just go right into it. You want your oil to be nice and hot.
I love
Does it smell good, sesame?
Sesame oil.
But sesame oil doesn't exactly have a super, super high flash point.
Okay.
So we're going to, okay, now it's smoking. Now we're going to add.
Smoking.
And when we see how I'm kind of guiding it in.
Yep.
And so see how it wants to just stick.
Yep.
So I'm doing this.
We need scratch and sniff.
Isn't that lovely?
So we got to play with it.
Got to play with it.
Look, you're like swimming your fish.
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to swim the fish. Use tongs. Don't do what I'm doing.
Okay.
So, and be very gentle.
Otherwise, we're going to squish the fish.
Yes. And
no squishing your fish.
No squishing. You're going to get me in trouble, Monica.
You're trying.
I'm like so trying to behave today, and you're just.
No, I've known you too long. Let's be real.
She's like, I'm going to get chef to say some stuff.
Which is why you need to go to Tenacious Eats events, because then you'll see the real Liz Schuster come out and have a blast with you.
Oh, yeah. I always have bail money just in case.
So do you also always work with the same mixologist, or does that change?
No, that's the same person. That is Raven. Raven Weinrich, she and Jordan own Work and Leisure.
Okay.
She worked with us with Tenacious Eats, and she's the one that said, hey, COVID's over. I think you should be doing this. And can you do it with us? And I was like, absolutely. Because she was doing our mixology work for Tenacious Eats pre-COVID.
Okay.
And she understands what we do and the craziness. And
she wanted it back. I wanted it back. I was like, I can't wait for Liz to do these again.
So what I do also, if I'm going to do it in a pan, So I'm going to keep these moving. See how I didn't just put it in and let it stick?
Yep.
And I hear people say, I have to use nonstick. No, you don't.
You don't.
You just have to understand that even meat has natural sugar in it.
Okay.
And it's going to want to stick to the pan no matter what. So if you just kind of move it in the fat a little bit,
Okay.
look at that.
So we just can't just like put it there, walk away. Because,
No. But also take a little bit of the marinade and go back in the pan with it. And that's something you can't really do in the grill.
Uh-oh, did it go off on us?
Excuse me.
There we go.
I lost my voice this weekend.
Yes, she's been through a lot. Again, personally, professionally, being affected by as many of you. And I just want to say thank you, by the way, because you and a handful of others that are just complete rock stars in town have been there to help your community.
Well, I'm a St. Louis resident. What else am I going to do? Your neighbor needs you. And it's an incredible community in North City with so much history and culture. We got to take care of each other.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take care of you. So don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about what's coming up with Chef Liz Schuster, Tenacious Eats, Work and Leisure. Again, make sure you follow them on social media. Yep, I'm just going to flip it over there. If you want this recipe, we'll give you all the rundown of the recipe as well. Again, more with Chef Liz Schuster on our Foodie Friday coming up.
Carroll House has the furniture of
for big family gatherings, for entertaining friends, or just hanging out.
for working from home or resting after work.
For kids growing up or young adults moving out.
Whether you're updating your first home, your next home, or your dream home.
Whatever the reason you're shopping, we have the furniture you're dreaming of at Carroll House.
Because you like nice things.
And welcome back. I hope you are enjoying this Foodie Friday with Chef Liz Schuster. Some of you might be tuning in going, oh my gosh, I've gone to one of her events. Well, we've got events coming up. Your next public event is Friday the 13th, right?
And it's on Friday the 13th.
Oh.
And it's our 13th anniversary.
Oh, very cool.
Right? No, I was like, ooh, I will say, okay, I haven't seen that film in quite a while.
No, I haven't either.
And it's not super scary. It's just not by.
It's corny.
It's corny. And there's so many references that only Gen Xers
would get
right away. There's one point where they play strip Monopoly. And I'm sure any younger person would go, what? That is so odd. And Kevin Bacon's in it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When I was looking at the background of everything you had coming up, I'm like, wait, what? Kevin
Bacon's in it.
I do not remember that. That alone would make me want to go, oh my gosh, that's right.
I know. I love Kevin Bacon. And I've heard a lot of people say, I don't really like scary movies. I'm like, this is not super scary. You're just going to have fun, and we're going to have fun with it. I can't give away too much.
No.
I can tell you what the menu is.
Okay.
If you'd like to know.
Please.
So when they first get there, did you know where it was filmed?
I did not.
It was filmed in New Jersey.
Okay.
So we're going to do a proper New Jersey cheesesteak.
Oh, yes.
And I had to do a lot of research. My husband lived in New Jersey for a while, so he was like giving me the lowdown. Like, I didn't know they only use ribeye, shaved ribeye for theirs.
Whoa.
They don't use Cheese Whiz. It has to be a really good cheese. And they use a red sauce. So we're going to make little tiny cheesesteaks with pomodoro, shaved ribeye, and a beautiful provolone, kind of a Mornay over the top.
Okay.
Because I can't do it normally.
No.
No. And then we're going to do a house-made crisp to go with that. And then second course is going to be what I call the Baconator. So it's like,
Of course, Kevin.
of course, Kevin, but it is a bacon burger, because in the film they're making burgers,
Right.
and I'm like, I don't want to just make burgers. So we're going to do a bacon burger, but I call it the Baconator because it's almost like a ground bratwurst with ground hickory smoked bacon.
Wow.
And I don't want to give away too
No.
much of what else is, but there's a secret course too.
How many courses do you normally do? Or it's very dependent on the film?
Well, it depends about the season. During the summer, we do a limited menu just because people don't want to eat as much during the summertime.
Sure.
So it's 3 courses during the summer, unless it's a crazy movie like this and I have a mystery course that's coming out. And then during the fall, winter, we do 5.
5. Okay, so I thought so. So again, if you've never been, Tenacious Eats, I want you to follow them on social media. Go to the website so you can find out more. So that one's coming up on their 13th anniversary on the 13th of Friday the 13th, the movie. Then your next one is Troop Beverly Hills on the 20th.
Both films are part of the Work and Leisure Pop-Up Adult Summer Camp series, which is going to go on for 3 weeks. I'm doing the food not only for both of those films, but I'm also doing all the food for the rest of the whole camp.
Oh, and that starts on the 11th.
That starts on June 11th, and every night's going to be different. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, if I go once, that's it. No, you're going to miss so much fun.
Are they still able to be involved in that? Can they still go online and find out more? You can go to Work and Leisure, by the way, if you want to find out more about this.
You could go to workandleisurestl.com, and tickets are flying. So if you want to go, I would definitely get your tickets now. So see how the center of the tuna should be nice and pink and vibrant.
Yes.
So what I do is I finish with a little bit of lemon, also over my greens. And then this is what I love. I know you and I were talking about
You and I
this.
both, right? So she's got toasted pine nuts here. Who doesn't love a toasted nut? Come on. That smells amazing. Yum. Then this is just going to go on top?
That's just going to go on top. I'll bring it over to you. You can help me plate there. I need some help.
Okay, where are we going to put it?
Just over on the side, over the top. It doesn't matter, right?
Wherever it goes.
We're being creative.
I'm being artistic here. So let's talk about your son. So your son,
Benny.
What did he do?
He did in 2023, he did the Appalachian Trail through hike solo. He started solo, and then he made a big group of friends along the way. But Ben, I'm so proud of him. He's going to do Tales from the Trail at the pop-up summer camp, and we're going to do like a backpack shakedown. I'm going to make snacks that he really ate a lot of on the trail, although I will chef it up a bit because some of them I'm like, what? Why would you eat that?
Well, okay, yeah. She was saying before we went on, she's like, those would not be chef approved. What would not have been approved?
A ramen bomb?
What is that?
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. A ramen bomb is where you cook ramen and you leave the water in instead of, draining your water out. You leave the water in and you add instant mashed potatoes.
Okay, this sounds disgusting.
So will tell you when he started the trail, he was so worried about micronutrients, macronutrients, gut health, the whole thing. And at the end of the trail, he was eating the most ridiculous, crazy stuff because he was trying so hard to get as many calories as possible.
Yeah.
He was doing over 20 miles a day.
Oh my gosh.
In a 10-hour day. So that's 2 miles an hour.
How long was he there?
He started, we dropped him off in Namacola Falls, Georgia on April 22nd. He came home like October 13th of that same year.
Holy cow.
So it goes from—
He's got some tales from the trail.
He's got some really good stories and also tips, things that I'm an outdoorsman.
Yeah.
Things that I never knew that I was like, what?
So
really?
So when is his?
His is June 26th.
And are there tickets for that
There are
one?
tickets and they're available at workandleisurestl.com, but they're going fast. Benny's got a bit of a following. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about real food and he's talking about ramen bombs. So
I thought you were going to say that you shoot it because I was like, where are you going with this bomb thing?
I thought of this big wad, like a big ball of ramen and you know what I mean? But some of the things he ate too, it was like, what was he talking about? Spam?
Oh,
I don't think I've
no.
eaten Spam since the 80s.
I've tasted it and I never want to have it again.
Ugh.
Thank
But
you.
sorry,
Exactly.
Spam jam and ugh.
Again, so Tenacious Eats, you are in for quite a treat. It's so interactive, amazing chef with the food, wonderful mixologist, and then you never know. There's a lot of other fun bonus things that happen.
We give away so many prizes. We not only encourage costumes, we reward it. So
Right.
if you come dressed up like the film, we're going to give you something. You're going to walk home. If you leave one of our shows without winning something, you have to really work at it.
You got to work at that.
Yeah.
Can you give us a sneak peek on anything that you have planned coming up in the fall?
The fall, we have actually licensed the craft.
Oh,
for fall. And
really?
yes, and there's this really awesome business in the city called Sincerely the Craft that we've worked with before. And they do tarot card reading, they do palm reading, all kinds of fun stuff. And the owner, Jade, she's going to come and we're going to have all of that before the movie even starts.
Okay.
So our events are kind of like a little circus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I agree.
We have different live musicians. You never know. It's always different.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so much fun. But again, when you hear about these, tickets go on sale, get them fast. Don't be thinking of them because then you'll be like, oh, I wanted that so bad. Find one that you love and then trust me, you'll go back again and again. How about we give away 2 tickets?
I think we should do Troop Beverly Hills.
Okay, let's go to Troop Beverly Hills with you, which is going to be on June 20th.
Correct. And we have hairstylists.
What?
That are going to be doing like extensions, the glitter look, all kinds of things.
Did I hear you also have Botox?
We have someone doing Botox. Obviously, I haven't had any.
This is real. Come on, it's real.
real. I'm bringing chef realness. I always tell people, I'm like, I can't get Botox because this line right here, that lets people know I'm not happy. Yeah. So if I had Botox, it would be like, I'm so not happy right now. No one would be threatened. No one would be like, yes, chef. They'd be like, maybe chef.
Maybe
chef. Yeah.
So I don't know if you do this at all of your events, but I've had it to where we've been to some of hers and you've got the minor light on.
Yes. We cook in the dark. So it would be just like this.
Yeah.
Myself, Chef Steve, my husband, the rest of our crew, we're talking and interacting. And sometimes I yell out at the screen. I keep it clean most of the time.
Most of the time.
Monica's like, no, you don't.
Exactly.
You're a big fat liar. Yeah.
No, you're not. You got to get to it because you'll laugh. She's so real with it all. And that's truly one of the things that I love. I mean, obviously you're an amazing chef, but I love how real you are.
Thank you.
Look at this. This is beautiful. Again, if you're just tuning into our Foodie Friday, you missed it all. So you go back, you watch it, maybe you try to make it at home, and then you share this with your family and friends and have them follow Tenacious Eats so you can see some of the great events coming up. So how about this? First person that can type in quickly and tell us where 13 years ago she launched Tenacious Eats, but we actually said it wasn't Tenacious Eats at the time.
It wasn't.
It's where she launched it.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You tell us where that is, and we're sending you off to the June 20th Troop Beverly Hills. And
an evening with me.
An evening with her, maybe a little Botox thrown on the side.
Well, I mean, we have so many surprises ready for that. Of course, we're going to do cookies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As I said, the desserts we haven't even talked about. The desserts are always mind blowing as well. Did your husband has a thing of kind of playing along with you on some of the desserts, doesn't he?
Oh my goodness. I write the menu while he sleeps. So whatever the dessert is his punishment. He's like, when we did, what was it, Bridesmaids?
Yeah.
He looked at the menu and he goes, what? I'm doing 3 mini cupcakes for each person. And I said, Wilson Phillips, you have to have 3 cupcakes.
That's right.
And he's like, they're all different and they all have injected jellies, jams, and a shit tilly cream. And I go, you shouldn't fall asleep during menu writing.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You got to stay awake with it. All right. You ready?
I am ready.
You want me to taste? You're going to taste with me. We
just
happen to have a fork right here in the back of my jeans. The magic of TV. First of all, is this a little scallions put on top? I missed that. Now, I'm a big tuna fan. So for people who would look at this and go, oh.
But you got to try it with the miso.
they would like, my husband's one of them, right? I
Yeah.
like to introduce him more and more to different seafood.
Yeah.
But if they look at that, and we mentioned earlier, it just became a finger food.
Yes.
If they look at that and think, oh, it looks like it's not cooked. We mentioned
chemically
it,
cooked.
it's chemically cooked.
But even, I mean, this is sushi grade.
Yes.
So it's important to buy a high grade of
Which is
tuna
what you're starting with.
because you know what I mean? It is so good for you.
Mm.
Isn't that amazing? The miso cream.
Okay.
It's umami.
Wow. All right, folks. We're going to let the team here for all their hard work behind. Zach Kimball, thank you for directing. Jenny Egan, thank you for helping out with the videography and photography. My hubby in the background playing roadie. And Mama, can't wait to bite a little bit of this tuna. One more time. Tenacious Eats. Follow them online as well. Get your tickets. That is delicious, Liz. Wow, you just blew me away. You heard that. That was authentic. Tenacious Eats, go online as well as follow them on social media. WorkandLeisureSTL.com. Be sure to check out. That's where you can go to get tickets. Good luck to you. We'll let you know who the winner is, by the way, that could answer the question. Again, we mentioned 13 years ago when this whole concept started, where did it start? And then evolved from there, and there's pop-ups and things like that to take place. But I want you to get to one of the events coming up. So are there still tickets for the Friday the 13th?
There are a few.
Okay. So
gotta do it fast.
Get on that quick. Friday the 13th and then on the 20th, and then you can go to Benny's Tales from the Trails.
And I'll be there cooking. The 26th of June.
And then again, keep an eye to their website for all of the events coming up for you later into the summer and into the fall. And maybe if you're going to the adult summer camp, you'll know where the food's coming from. You nailed it, my friend.
Thank you, Monica.
As if I didn't think so.
Thank you. Thank
Love
you.
you. So good to see you.
Thanks for having me back.
And by the way, speaking of which, if there is a chef or a restaurant that you would like for us to feature, shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com, and let's bring them on. Thanks so much for being a part of yet another Foodie Friday. All right, folks. So now is your chance. I'm going to look over on Instagram. I'll look on X. I'll look on YouTube. For all of you that were just watching, isn't she amazing? I love Liz, and she's been writing me saying how much fun she had. So where did the original Tenacious Eats, even though it wasn't called Tenacious Eats, where was it held? We mentioned it during the interview, and some of you may have had to run off, but maybe if you have family or friends that have been going for a while, ask them, or maybe just guess. Start guessing for us. So the first person that can tell me where Tenacious Eats started 13 years ago, we've got 2 tickets for you to go enjoy her fabulous food. She's an incredible chef. Again, and that'll be coming up on the June 20th one. There are a few tickets left for Friday the 13th, and then Troop Beverly Hills, there's tickets available for the June 20th. Again, Tales from the Trails for you coming up as well on the 26th. She'll be doing the food for the adult summer camp, and then, of course, some really cool things to come in the fall. So there you go, folks. Well, who do you think, or where, I should say, where do you think it all kicked off? We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's time for our fitness side. It is the Foodie and Fitness Friday and couple workout. Me and Jim, next.
Carroll House has the furniture you're dreaming of.
For big family gatherings, for entertaining friends, or just hanging out.
For working from home or resting after work.
For kids growing up, or young adults moving out.
Whether you're updating your first home, your next home, or your dream home.
Whatever the reason you're shopping, we have the furniture you're dreaming of at Carroll House.
Because you like nice things.
And welcome back. Okay, looking over on Instagram and Geek to Me Radio. Who is that? That's great job, chef. And Tenacious Eats is on right now. Said, so much fun cooking with you, Monica. Love you, Liz. We had a great time. Jenny said that, take it from her, that the food was amazing. Yes. So Jenny just put it in the moderation. You can answer it right now. If we don't get a winner, then you can share this with your family and friends and come back to it and do a little hashtag replay. The first person who can let us know where Tenacious Eats, and maybe it was a little bit harder one. It shouldn't have been. This is the art of paying attention. Where did it start 13 years ago? And if you can give us the right answer, I'm going to give you 2 tickets to go and see that. Okay, we're going to get into our couples workout from Crunch Fitness in just a second. We've got a big announcement with that as well. You could win a 1-year membership to Crunch Fitness. And I saw somebody earlier say that they work out at Crunch and they said it was the absolute bomb. I agree. If you haven't been, there are 2 locations in our area and much more to come. It is going to be a blast to see who gets a chance to win that. So we mentioned tomorrow, it is the big day, McKenna Day, Brian McKenna Day. It'll be from 2 to 7 p.m. That's the event tomorrow where they, again, will be shutting down Macklin. And it is right there near the area of Devonshire and Nottingham that will be closed off. I hope to see you there. I would love for you to come by, give us a hug. Other big things that are coming up next week, we will be at J. Bloom. We're going to see the behind the scenes of that amazing woman right there. She was part of our Vault makeover show the other day. So we're now going to go to her June 5th, next Thursday, 12:30 p.m. And J. Bloom, by the way, is located at 5230 Missouri 94 in St. Peters. The following week, you just saw Angela Garland, the owner of Exit 11 Coffee, on with us. We're going to go to her new Eureka location, 527 North Central. That's June 10th at noon. And by the way, as I'm running all of these down, always keep an eye to our website. The calendar of events is where you can go to find out where my team will be for these mobile Monicas. And we have 1 a week for the next several weeks. We only have 1 opening left, by the way. So if you have someone that you know that would like for us to bring our show to them and the thousands of people that end up watching that show, whether they get a chance to watch it live or the audience that gets a chance to watch it afterwards. We've got 52 people on right now between all of the platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Rumble, X. Again, wherever it makes sense for you to watch or your family to watch, we greatly appreciate it. Again, make sure you share this afterwards. And that's one of the things you need to do in order to win the gym membership coming up in just a second. But our mobile Monicas, if you have someone that would love to have us at their business, shoot me an email. It is info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. I had somebody reach out the other day. They had a good idea for a new sponsor, also an idea for a mobile Monica. So please do that for us. We have 1 a week for the next several weeks, and the only opening is the last week of June. And then we have 2 now that we booked for July. So June 5th, June 10th, we just told you about J. Bloom, Exit 11 Coffee. And then how about this one? We're at Dude's Playground a few weeks early, and there he is. That's the Duder. We're going to have you out here on June 21st with Dude and Rich Melching, and all of us are here to raise money so they continue to do the great work that they're doing. It's the 3rd annual Dude's Playground Poker Run, June 21st. You've heard us talk about it. Now we're out here. Look at this place. It is absolutely beautiful. The whole calmness, the respite, helping mental, physical, and spiritual for our disabled veterans. We have all vehicles that are invited out that day. So spread the word. Let's continue to help them do the wonderful work that they're out here doing. Again, June 21st, spread the word. Noon is when we kick things off. It's going to be an all-day affair. Can't wait to see you. And there is the dude himself. What a gorgeous dog. And more importantly, what they're able to do for our disabled veterans, really anybody that suffers with mental health, PTSD, etc. There it is, the 3rd annual Dude's Playground Poker Run. I hope you'll be there. Noon for the broadcast, 1 o'clock for the kickoff of the poker run. 5 stops, $10 per poker hand. All vehicles are welcome. They have a 50-50 free food. The food continues to come in from Bandanas, from Trattoria Giuseppe in the Imperial area, as well as Silo Bar. And I think more people are wanting to donate. Sparklers to play a display at 9:15. Entertainment from Dos Amigos, and so much more to come. That QR code, by the way, will give you all that information. If you can't be there, but you want to make a donation, again, it is Dude's Playground. We absolutely love them. So that will take us through the month of June until the final week. So your business can be a part of a mobile Monica. Again, we go on 6 platforms live, and you've got normally, like I saw the Vault makeover show, we had 2,000 that already saw that show. So imagine all of that attention on your business. That's what you get. And we have a lot of fun with it. Then we go into July. And so July 18th at 9 o'clock in the morning, our makeover show will be at NCJW in Creve Coeur. The resale shop is a charitable project of the National Council of Jewish Women. This one is for men and women alike. We already have 2 models that are lined up. And when I say models, I don't mean models, right? It's you. So You saw it the other day at the Vault. We do these a couple times a year with the ladies at the Vault, luxury resale. Now NCJW wanted to do it, men and women both. So I'd love to see a couple get involved with this. That one again coming up for you on July 18th. And then drum roll, please. This one just got booked yesterday. We are going to be at Huga. That's how it's pronounced. If you've ever been in the Meadows in Lake St. Louis, it looks like Hygie. It's not. It's pronounced Huga, and a place to gather and just feel connected. A lot of positivity there, and incredible, and I do mean incredible food. The Mobile Monica is July 22nd at 9 a.m., 21 Meadow Circle Drive in Lake St. Louis, right there in the Meadows. Fresh, fierce, fabulous. Jenny, thank you so much for putting that together yesterday. And she put it out on her social media, so you can follow her on Instagram. She drops a lot in as well. That is our second for the month of July. So we're going to have a busy summer, and I can't wait to continue to add more and more, just like we've been adding more and more sponsors. Can we give them a shout out? Thank you so much to Crunch Fitness. We're going to be working out there in just a couple of minutes. Just Pools, Carroll House Furniture, Regional Dermatology, and Dr. Sarah Jensen, by the way, back on with our Medical Monday this coming Monday. Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa, Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and Dot Fleshman Real Estate Agent. Those are all big sponsors of our show that allow us to come and do all the incredible stories and all the work that my team does. Zach Kimball, thank you for editing and directing and shooting the Foodie Friday segment. Jenny Egan, of course, thank you for all of your photography and your magic and your assistant work and her moderating. Giving a shout out to Hayden Schwab, one of our newest interns. Next week, Miranda Devers, as well as Gabriel Bell will be joining us. We've got a new internship. Cannot wait for all of this. And we got a busy summer, by the way. Welcome back to Just Pools. They are located on the West Outer Road in Arnold. So for all of you that just open your pools, please go to 3987 West Outer Road in Arnold. They are the authorized Pentair warranty service repair station, and they can put in your pool. Once you have the pool, you need to keep it crystal clear. So go there for all of your chemicals. They are right now running 10% off of a lot of things, the Clear Results. They have different toys and things like that. So stop by and support those folks that support us. Okay, it is 8:13, and then we promised you a couples workout. So I want to get that on for you. We had so much fun. You can work out by yourself, but to keep accountable, why not work out with someone that you love? And who do I love more than that man right there? All right, Jim and I had a chance to do a couples workout, no judgments, at Crunch Fitness. So if you want to save this one and do the workout later, feel free. Otherwise, you can write this one or come back to this, share this again with your family and friends. We are going to give away a 1-year membership to Crunch Fitness. And we'll make that announcement on Monday, but there's some things you have to do. And Jenny's been putting those into the comment section so that you know everything that you have to do in order to be the winner. It's a handful of things, but it's well worth it. Again, one lucky viewer will get a 1-year gym membership free to Crunch Fitness. Again, follow us and Crunch Fitness. Like the post that I put out, and I'll be putting other posts throughout the weekend. Share that post and tag a couple of friends who love fitness or just need a little motivation. And then we will be making the big announcement coming up for you on Monday. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, here is the workout. So we started with the little lawnmower row. Now, arm is everything. Jim's lifting pretty heavy weight here. He's lifting a 100-pound dumbbell. I would have liked for him to have stepped that 1 foot back a little bit more, flatten the back a little bit more. From a personal training standpoint, I really want to watch your form just to take care of you so that you're not hurting your back at all. Now, I didn't have anywhere near the weight that he used, but this was my form. So I backed that back leg off big time, open up. And it also, I do have my front hand on, or I should say arm on my front leg, which helps a little bit. If you want to work on your core engagement, then you can not put your arm on that front leg at all, and it requires you to use a lot more core. I do that with my clients. I might drop the weight for them and then have them do the exact same lawnmower movement, but use their core engagement as well. By the way, if you notice, you are also in a big stretch for your legs, and then you could be in a little isometric hold. Yes, a big thumbs up there. That was the first. So if you want to run through this, we did a lawnmower row. That's what kicked it off. You have to figure out your own weight. And then as far as repetitions, are you looking to put on size? You're going to lift heavier weights and you're going to do less reps. Are you looking to maybe do some definition? You might pick a medium weight and do anywhere from like 12, 15, 20 reps. You might do a lighter weight and just really burn it out, get up there the 25 to 30 reps. This is where I'd have to get into personal training have you come to a class, maybe semi-private training. So yes, I am a personal trainer and a life coach, and we do have some slots open if you want to join us. We've got an exciting summer coming up, getting you beach body ready, right? So if you're just tuning in and you're thinking about doing a workout, again, find someone to keep you accountable. Check with your doctor though. It's always something that I stress to you. I'm going to show you the workout. I don't know your background. So before you get into something like this, make sure that it's okay for you if you've got an injury. We went from the lawnmower row to these rows. Okay. Again, the equipment we're using is at Crunch Fitness in Manchester. Look at this, 45,000 square feet of incredible equipment. They've got free weights. They've got machines. And I mean, rows and rows of it. I've never seen, by the way, so many machines for lat pull downs. That just really, Jim loved that alone. So the cool thing about this is you can do it double, or you can see right there that you could single it up. Just really squeeze into your back. So you're working your lats, you're working your shoulders, you're working your biceps, you're working mid back, upper back, depending on where your hand placement is. And you'll see me go from double to single work. I like you doing unilateral, bilateral work, double work. Change it up and then watch what happens. You will see major changes in your body when you're not always doing the same thing. So again, welcome aboard. We went a little bit over today on purpose because I wanted to give you two big shows from the food side and from the fitness side. This is a couples workout that I'm taking you through. So that's the second exercise. We did 3 sets, by the way, and anywhere from about 12 to 15 repetitions. Then we went into this. A lot of you may have been familiar in the gym with doing regular lat pull downs. This one's really cool. Right, way out in front of you, where you can again do what I was just mentioning, doubling it up or singling. And what I asked Jim was, let's do a double and then let's go single, single. Bring it down both, then single, single. And I stress this to my clients, just when you think you have been able to use the weight that you're using and that you cannot pull one more with double, then it's all about singling it up, because you have to keep in mind that when you are doing the double aspect, your mind thinks that you're lifting, if you've got a 25 or a 45 on each side, it doesn't mean that you can't do it single, where you go back and do 25 instead of pulling 50 down. It's a physics standpoint. And hopefully you can hear that. That particular one, Jim shot vertically, and it doesn't allow me to pull the audio down. But I was saying once again that when you're lifting a weight, let's say you're doing a bicep curl. If you've got a 20 in a hand and a 20 in a hand, and you're pulling it up, the body and the mind think it's lifting 40 pounds when you add it together. You may think you have to drop the weight at that point, and that's not always the case. You can go back and find that once you single it up, you still have more repetitions in you. Just a little hack for you before you think I got to drop the weight. If you're trying to get stronger. Okay. So that was the third exercise. And then here's the fourth. Take a straight bar. You can pull it up to shoulder height, or you can bring it up higher. When you see me do it, you'll see I go a little higher, bring it all the way down. So it depends on what area of your back you're trying to use. And when I filmed Jim here, I went around to show. So Jim had some shoulder issues. If you look there, you can see his one shoulder is a little higher and then the other one drops down a little bit. That's from an injury standpoint. And he's working through an injury. He wanted to continue to work through the injury before he has his shoulder cut on. We went from that straight in to the next one, a high row.
What did you say? What did you say? Light?
Jim said that his weight was too light there. So he went ahead and continued it, but then we dropped it up a little bit. So multiple exercises here. Again, starting, if you just tuned in, with a lawnmower row. Then we went into a mid-back row. Then we went into a high overhead pull down. Then we went into the straight bar push down, and then right into this high row. And here's me doing it. If you watch here closely, I go to my shoulder height, and then as he stays with it, I start to pick it up a little higher. See how I change my foot placement. So I'm engaging my core right now, squeezing into my glutes. And then right here, you'll see me go higher. Continuing to go a little higher to the attachment point, and then right over to the high row. So this is a good superset. So it's a superset. It goes from one exercise to the next without resting. So I'll recap this for you at the very end of the workout, which is right here. This was our last one. And then we also did a little warm-up, or I should say I did. I'm very big in warming up. Did a little warm-up, and then went into a plank to engage the core, and then went straight into that workout. And so what do you think Jim thought of it? What's it like working out with your wife?
Excellent.
See?
Great workout.
Yay. He and I do not get a chance to do that often, by the way. And I'm telling you, it's a whole nother level of your relationship. Really, it is, because you are there for each other, just like in life, right? You're lifting each other up and you are keeping each other accountable. So many levels of things. So taking you through it one more time, if you want to write this one down. Again, lawnmower row, we did 3. You could do 3 to 4 sets. Pick your repetition range, pick your weight. We then went into the mid-back row. And again, if you don't have machines and you can't get into Crunch Fitness, where I would love for you to go, you could use a band and wrap it around any kind of a bar and do a mid-back row. Then we went into the overhead. You could do pull downs. You could do pull-up work. We then went into the in front of us rows where we did doubles and then we did singles. We went into the straight bar push downs, not for our triceps where we went like this. It was straight bar. So we're using in here to our lats, and then we superset it right away with the high rows. So great back workout. I'd love for you to give that one a try. Again, if it's doctor approved, and then let me know what you thought of it. Okay. How about this, folks? Again, a 1-year gym membership. How would you like to win? If you're just tuning in and you didn't hear us say, you got about 55 to 60 of you on right now. Start sharing this with everyone that you know, because maybe they can't use it, but they would like to give it to you. There are some stipulations, and that is you have to live in the St. Louis area. So it could be St. Louis or, again, surrounding areas, but it's got to be in our area. So you can't live in Illinois. You can't live in other states. You do have to live in this area. And then on Monday, we'll make the announcements. You got to make sure that you are liking and following my post. You got to follow the page. A lot of you may think that you're following and you may not be. So go onto YouTube right now. Make sure that you and your friends follow me on YouTube. Make sure you're following on Instagram and that you're following on Facebook. Do all the things, and then share the post that I made last night. When we see that you've done all these levels, we're going to put you in the drawing, and then tag a couple of friends who can use a little fitness motivation. Tune in Monday morning when we have our Medical Monday with Dr. Sarah Jensen, and I will make the announcement of who the winner is. So good luck to you. I mean, this is a huge thing, giving you the high level of taking you to the next level of your physical side, which, trust me, helps your mental and your spiritual side. Okay, before we wrap up and do our devotional, I hope you all enjoyed today's show. A lot of work put into it, as you can see. Thank you again to Zach and Jenny and Hayden and myself. I always forget. I don't ever thank myself for putting it all together. Stephanie said, good workout. Thank you. Fun show today. Have a blessed weekend. Tony, good morning. Glenn, yes, the red light therapy. So Glenn works out at Crunch Fitness. So you know for a fact, Glenn, when I got done, I introduced Jim to the red light therapy and the hydro massage bed. We did both of those. Let me go back and make sure that I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so Jeannie Stack, congratulations. You are correct. Jeannie was correct. Scottish Arms is, in fact, where Tenacious Eats began 13 years ago. So we've got 2 tickets for you. I will make a note here, and we will be sending you off to the June 20th show with Troop Beverly Hills. If you've never been, Jeannie, you are in for quite a treat. Congratulations, and way to pay attention, by the way. You are the winner of the tickets, and I can't wait to find out who the winner of the gym membership will be on Monday. Thank you all so much again for tuning in and being a part of today's show. We're going to read from Jesus. How about we do Jesus Listens? Somebody asked the other day, what were the devotionals that I read from when I'm on set? That's 100 Days to Freedom books. And then when I'm at home, I read from either Jesus Listens or Jesus Calling. And those, by the way, are from Sarah Young. So how about we do that as soon as we return?
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience.
designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
And thank you to Todd Michaels for being my voiceover. Okay, Jeannie said, yay, looking forward to it. Yep, congratulations. You are the person who paid attention. So I can't wait for you to enjoy that. You're going to have a great time. All right, it is almost the end of the month. Can you believe this? We're almost into June. This year is definitely flying by. May 30th, Jesus listens. Majestic Jesus, your unfailing love is better than life itself. I'm grateful that there's no limit to your love in quality, in quantity, or duration. How priceless is your unfailing love? It is definitely better than anything this world can offer, and it will never run out. This love is so precious that it's worth losing everything else to secure it. Though gaining your love is worth losing my life, this glorious gift greatly enriches my life. Your steadfast love provides a firm foundation for me to build on, knowing I'm not perfect. Eternally loved improves my relationships with others and helps me grow into the person that you designed me to be. Moreover, grasping how wide and long and high and deep is your love for me leads me into worship. And this is where my intimacy with you grows by leaps and bounds as I joyously celebrate your magnificent presence. My heart echoes the words of the psalmist. Let everything that has breath praise you, Lord. Hallelujah to that. In your praiseworthy name, amen. Again, Jesus listens, Sarah Young, or Jesus calling, Sarah Young as well. Jenny says, hi, Monica, it's McKenna. I love you. I can't wait for our show together. Hi, McKenna. Hi, McKenna, and hi, Alyssa, and Jenny, and Andy. I love the entire show. I love the entire team, and thank you for being a part of the show. So McKenna and I were talking about doing a kids cooking segment. What do you think about that? Because as the kids are home for summer, we want to keep them active. They're active in school, they're moving, but what about once they're home? We got to keep them engaged mentally, physically, spiritually. We got to teach them proper nutrition. We want them to lead their best life. We don't want them to fall into bad habits. So how about we do some healthy snacks for the summer and keep those kids active, by the way, so they can fill their spirit and be the best version of themselves. So McKenna and I are going to do that together. And then the next week, we will be featuring Pueblo Solis, who, by the way, will be one of the vendors at the big day tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. I cannot wait to see just how many people show up for the true legend, Brian McKenna. Again, McKenna Day tomorrow, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Again, people have been asking, where do you park? Blah, blah, blah. Just find some place and come walking up. It's going to be a pretty day. It might be a little warm, so dress appropriately. It is going to be an amazing time. And I can't wait to talk about that when we come back together on Monday. Keep an eye to my socials, of course. I'll be posting a lot of reels and stories as we honor the wonderful late, I hate to say that, Brian McKenna, a very dear friend of all of ours. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Again, Medical Monday coming up on Monday with Dr. Sarah Jensen with Regional Dermatology. And she's been asking, is there anything that you are concerned about with your skin? Anything that you want her to address? If so, shoot me a message and I will get that along to her. I love you all so much. I can't wait for an incredible amount of hugs tomorrow and probably some tears and a lot of laughter and great food and a great margarita. For sure, from Pueblo Solis. Remember, have a beautiful weekend. And throughout the weekend, say hi to somebody new. Reach out to a stranger. It could become your best friend. Could be somebody you end up dating, marrying. Could be your next boss. You never know. And the way that relationship continues is by you showing kindness. God bless you all. Have a beautiful weekend.